If you would like to know how Bill Gates' brain works, stick with me today, for I will be sharing with you what I have learned from watching the Netflix series Inside Bill's Brain, Decoding Bill Gates. Today I will be sharing with you what I have learned from watching part 1 of the series. For those who are interested in the time he wakes up, I believe he wakes up at 6 a.m. due to the intro of the first episode. In the first episode, we see that he is turning off the alarm as he is rising, getting out of bed at 6 a.m. One of the first things that I noticed is that Bill travels with books. Everywhere he goes, he always has books. He's always traveling, and he has multiple books, more than one. So even though he is where he is still a constant learner, a constant reader, and he doesn't leave. He doesn't go anywhere without books. For those interested in his diet, or if he has breakfast, or if you believe breakfast is an important part of your body or the day, he does not eat breakfast. His favorite snack is nuts. For a healthier choice, I believe. When asked if he drinks coffee or tea, he says he drinks definitely more coffee. So that's just his lifestyle. His worst fear is for his brain to stop working. What is your fear? His fear is that, his brain to stop working. One of his team members says that Bill Gates is always on time, to the minute, of every single meeting without fail. She says time is the one commodity that he can't buy more of. It is a limited resource. So she shares with us that Bill really values his time, even though he has the same 24 hours every day as we do. His wife Melinda says he does his best thinking when he's walking. That is when he breaks everything together, when he processes everything. One of Bill Gates' quote that I wrote down was that he says, relating to the way he thinks, or getting things done, or focus, he says that you have to pick a pretty finite number of things to tell your mind to work on. You have to pick a pretty finite number of things to tell your mind to work on. So as in to pick a few things to focus on. You have to decide what you should care about to tell your mind to work on. Only focus on that which you think it is important. Another person mentions that he is very optimistic, and he believes it is due that maybe it is psychological. He was just born optimistic, because he finds himself to be a very optimistic person. He always views the world in an optimistic way. As a child, he was known as the happy boy. They called him that because he was always smiling. He says that his mother pushed him to be the best. That his mother focused on exciting him about things. His father was more of a role model, but his mother focused on exciting him about things. And to create a solution for the problem of sanitation in areas, he decided to gather a team, a well-informed team, a well-informed, educated, and a team that is able to help him accomplish or to find a solution to their problem, to his problem or the world's problem. He didn't gather just random people. He gathered the best to solve the issue. So that's something good. That's a good note or a good reminder that whenever you feel like you want to solve a problem and it requires a team, that maybe you need to find the best or gather a team and tackling things on your own. As he gathered one team member, one engineer, I believe, his team member says that when he first entered the office, for his first time in his life, he says, the conversation was not about whether it is difficult to solve. For the first time in my life, the conversation was not about whether it is difficult to solve. The conversation was about why it doesn't work. What have you tried? What have we never dared to try? So that right there is a piece of a piece of mind on how Bill Gates looks at the world, his way of thinking. Many of us, I'm sure, may have another way of thinking or tackling situations, and maybe we can apply this type of method or strategy when we come to a problem. When we find ourselves in a problem or a problem that we wish to solve, we can maybe ask ourselves, what have we tried? What have we never dared to try? And ask ourselves why it doesn't work. It's pretty cool, huh? The way he looks at things in a different perspective. One of his team members also said that he is joyous about learning things like no one I've ever met in my life. Another friend says he doesn't just read one book about something. He always reads on a subject or something. He always reads like 5 about something. So he makes sure to get really well informed and not just to view one person's point of view. When he thinks, read, focus, the physical motion along with focus. When asked if Bill Gates becomes frustrated, his sister replies that he does. When he gets frustrated, it's let's go faster. Let's solve the problems. And let's figure out what's between us and victory. They have shared with us another way of how he thinks, his perspective, his way of tackling things. His wife says that he is very competitive. Oh no, his sister. His sister also mentions that his mom was intentional about creating opportunities for him to be social. So his mom made sure he would socialize more with people, to put him out there in the real world, to not just stay in his room and read books, to not just be introverted. She made sure to allow him to learn how to communicate with others. And his sister believes that his parents had a huge impact on how he turned out. Bill Gates says that Melinda is my real partner, equal in how we do things. That they're really similar and alike in ways, and that she helps him accomplish or see things in a different perspective that he doesn't, but yet still correlates with their values. So they work together and they work like a team, like they both benefit each other in a way, or they work great together in whatever it is that they wish to tackle. Melinda, his wife, says that they listen and respect each other and then come to a common viewpoint, and that's what we take forward. when it comes to Bill Gates running his innovation businesses or his strategy, he says, I like to push the level of risk of doing things that wouldn't happen without leadership and vision. When asked what was his worst day of his life, I'm not gonna tell you, watch the Netflix series. Now, as you saw, there is a lot of value in this episode. I shared with you a few things that I have learned. I'm pretty sure you will learn more if you watch this on your own. It is currently on Netflix, and if you would like to learn more, stay tuned, for I will be posting up the next 2 episodes what I have learned, or watch the Netflix episode yourself to hear the man speak himself and learn how his brain works. Thank you for watching. All I ask of you is to share the story. Thank you.